All right, we are live. Hello, welcome, people. We're going to be talking about fun stuff today. I guess we're going to
Get in
start off
the
with some Destiny drama, right, Candy?
what? Not true. It's actually. I think you will be very proud of your boy. I
Yeah,
know last time spoke, you were disappointed,
I was very
but I
disappointed.
think you will be very proud.
Well, lay
Yeah,
it on me.
and I
What
was
did he
like,
say?
okay. So of course, a lot of it is going through, I guess, litigation,
Yeah.
and he can't speak about it. But he did say that. Um. So okay. So basically, somebody kind of mentioned like oh, you're getting, shit over this, but then Hassan supposedly slept with prostitutes. You've
Okay.
heard of that?
Yeah, I don't really care about that though.
So,
I don't care if you sleep with a
um,
prostitute. It's your money. Do what you want with
so
it.
basically, I guess they were trying to, okay, so this is what happens. So they're like, oh, they're trying to, make it a big deal, but
Yeah.
Hassan slept with prostitutes and whatnot. And he's like, let me stop you right there. What he did does not justify what I did.
Oh,
So that should make you very proud of him.
I'm proud of that. That's good. That's
And
good of him.
anybody he was like, and anybody that tries to use this other excuse to justify what I did, I will ban you.
Okay. Well, I like that he's owning it.
He
I
is
really like
owning
that
it, but
he's
he's
owning it.
not. Okay, so there is some detail.
Oh.
Apparently, what happened, it's not recent. It happened like
No, it
one or
was like
2 years
three.
ago.
That was like
Yeah,
3 years ago. Yeah.
3 years ago or something like that. So I guess
I
it's
mean, it
something
still
old,
doesn't matter how far
I'm
back
not
it
saying,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
not justifying it.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that it was recent, something that
No.
recently happened.
Yeah. It was
There
not.
was no the details of it is pretty vague. You
I've
know what I
been I've
mean?
been watching a lot of like commentary. Turkey Tom did a couple videos on it already. He's pretty much done with Tiny, by the way, which is sad because I loved their friendship. But
Who's
um,
Tiny?
Tiny is Destiny.
Really?
Yeah, Tiny, Destiny.
Oh.
Yeah. um, yeah, he's. It
Yeah.
seems like he's probably not going to be doing anything more. Like, it's gonna take some time for him to recover from this. Like, he fucked up.
It's gonna take some time, and again, he also he didn't say anything specific, but he kind of hinted at the fact that you're going to be disappointed when the truth actually comes out. A lot of people are going to be disappointed,
In
and
what
he
way?
also hinted. I guess I'm saying maybe people are making more of it than what it is. I'm just assuming or
I mean, it
saying
feels
that
like we.
or saying that it's something more than what it is,
It
or just
feels like we
but
got the story as it is, right? He shared some shit non-consensually, and then someone hacked somebody and leaked it.
I don't know.
That's what it appears to be as of right
Right.
now.
That's what I keep telling you. Until I get
Yeah.
all the facts, I'm not gonna say pretty much anything. I still don't like I said, I think everything has consequences in life, so he'll pay the consequences for what he
Yeah.
did. Then another thing he
I hope so.
did,
I hope he really learns from it.
mentioned without saying because some people specifically asked him, like basically who's still on board with you, whatever.
Yeah. Dan
And
is
it
gonna
seems like
be
a lot, very small. So
like
he's like, I can't say specifically, but again, the people that's left, he said, are people you guys don't even know. It's like a very small.
what about Dan?
No, Dan is still with him.
Yeah.
Hmm. But I'm saying like outside of that, I think pretty much everybody knows Dan. But um,
Erudite. What about Erudite? I guess she might be done.
did you see Dan stream? Anything else?
No, I didn't really watch it. I saw some clips from it. again from
That's how I
the
found
Turkey Tom
that it
video.
happened a while ago because, you know, again, Dan, does not condone what he did. He thinks it's absolutely wrong,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then, but then he also said, the man he is today wasn't the man he was 3 years ago. So I can't necessarily judge him on who he was 3 years ago, which
Mm.
I think is a fair
I
statement,
think that's
you
kind of
know.
fair to say. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch his content, I think. Um, I mean, obviously, I was in there today. I don't want to lose the community. I love the friends that I've made in the community, you know?
Hmm.
So I don't really want to leave the community because he did something fucking retarded.
Right.
No,
We'll see how it all ends up
it's,
because remember,
Sep, it's a
according
guy
to the
called
one
Dan.
article
Dan
out
can't stream.
huh?
Not Dan or Danny that we know of. It's a different group. Sorry. Go ahead, Candy.
No, I'm saying we'll see how it ends up because, I mean, according to the one article that's out there,
Mm.
that's written,
Who wrote an
I don't even
article?
know
Who the
if it's
fuck wrote an article
really,
about this?
huh?
Who the fuck writes an article about this?
You didn't, did you see the article?
What? Who? What? Wait, no. What article?
Hold on.
Link it to me. I'm gonna pull it up on stream.
I'm gonna send you a link.
Yeah.
It's the only article that exists.
Let's see who wrote this fucking thing.
It's uh it's from a website called sportskeeda.com.
Oh, Sports
No idea.
Skeeta. Why the fuck?
Yeah,
All right,
that's what I'm
let
saying.
me
It's not
see.
even like I'm gonna post it right now. You could pull it
I've
up.
got it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, this seems to be talking about what you just told me, that he was defending Hassan from the
No, no, no,
Bravo
not it's not
comments.
that article.
There's another one.
I can't put.
Maybe I
Why is
did
it
see
not?
this one.
I'm trying to
Destiny
put the link.
allegedly
It's not
says
letting
he
me
would
put it
take
in.
down 20 other streamers. Why is Sports
No, no, no.
Skeeta going
Okay,
on this?
type. Okay, no, hold on. Go on the Google and type. Destiny gets sued.
Okay. Mika, come here. Down. Lay down.
That's it. No, wait, no. Go ahead. Destiny gets sued. Go ahead. Did you press
Uh,
enter?
yeah. Wait.
What
They're
web
talking
browser are
about
you using?
Bungie and shit. Hang on. Oops. Uh, is it this one?
Right there. Yes, that's it. That's it.
Pixie. God, I remember when she was hanging around, like, around election time.
Yeah, I particularly don't. I I don't know her, so I can't really like
She was,
say
she
like.
was dating, when all this happened, she's dating
I know
Lonerbox.
she was dating on the box, but
Yeah.
and that's in the article
That's the one
too.
that makes me the saddest because I love Lonerbox. He's great. And
But yeah, he seems a very genuine,
yeah,
nice, humble guy. Yeah.
and I'm just sad that
You
bit
can
bridge is
just remember
burned.
her, the whole drama with Forethought.
What about the drama
You
with Forethought?
you know Pixie. You remember the drama with Forethought?
I remember when they were trying to get Forethought removed, but I felt like Pixie wasn't super hard in the middle of that.
Yes, she was.
She was. I thought it was.
Yes, she was.
I thought it was
Yes, she was.
fucking Kelly Jean who was all in the middle of
Yeah,
that.
but she joined in.
Oh.
And then Forethought at one point
Fucking
asked
Kelly
her,
Jean,
um,
man. God.
Pixie, have I ever listen? He goes, Forethought asked her, Pixie, if he ever made her feel like unsafe or uncomfortable, and she was like, yeah, because you told me to shut up, like, and then made like a big deal about nothing. She was on that bandwagon so
Mm.
hard.
I didn't
So when
really.
this
I just.
happened,
I'll
this
tell you
did
right now,
not
like,
surprise me.
I didn't really give two shits about the forethought thing. I was like, I really don't care about who's modding the fucking subreddit. Like, I don't care.
Right. Okay. So the whole Forethought thing was really a Dan thing.
Yeah, it was totally a Dan thing. He was.
It's
It was
just a
his
Dan
cruise.
thing.
It was
Okay.
Dan's crusade.
Because
Yeah.
it was his crusade.
Yeah.
Because to begin with, the whole thing that happened didn't even happen in public. It happened in DM.
Okay. Oh yeah,
So it
that's
was a
right.
private
I
conversation.
remember
Yes.
the receipts got leaked.
Right. And she was giving as you know what I mean. If you were so offended and so indignified by it, you could have been like, okay, you know what? I'm no longer talking to you. I'm gonna leave this conversation. I'm gonna go directly to Destiny and talk to him about it. But she didn't. She participated just as much in that conversation as he did.
Who? Kelly Jean or
And and
Pixie?
he said and he said some unsavory things to Norma Jean.
Kelly Jean.
Really. Yes. Kelly Jean,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. But
He
also,
said some
what this doesn't
very.
excuse that at all. He shouldn't have spoken to her that way, and I agree. But
Look at that
Kelly, but
face.
also, but
Look at
also,
that face.
but also, Kelly Jean sucks ass.
I understand that, but she was also like again, she and then when they asked her when the receipts came out, she also instigated the situation. So she instigated it, blah blah. But he was getting a whole lot of shit for what he said, which was really it was bad.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about the cherry accusation?
I don't know about Cherry.
She said that he took an audio recording of them having sex and it was recorded without her consent and then also shared
I
without her
don't.
consent.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if
have
that's
not seen
true, that's
anything about
super
it.
fucked up.
Again, the only article I've seen is this one right here
Yeah. Well,
about it.
it's in that
The
article.
only article. So everything else that's been talked about,
Let me send this to you
it's
because it's
either
in that
coming.
article. I'm sending
Hold
it
on.
to you right
Uh,
now.
It's anything else that's being talked about. It's either coming from her end without his end of what's happening.
Look,
Uh,
it's on my stream right now. Just read the paragraph that's on my stream.
looks blurry.
It does?
Yeah.
It looks clear on my versions of the stream.
Okay. I see. I've mentioned another streamer. Okay. So
That one's like there's less about it revealed, so we really don't know. But if true, that one's pretty fucked.
yeah, but this is an accusation, right? So she
Yeah.
accused them of intimate. So how does she know he did this?
I guess from what I heard, and again, this is what Turkey Tom was
Again,
saying. This is what Turkey Tom was saying. He was saying that she had heard, or it got around the grapevine, I believe, that some people who had heard it told her about it. But I'm not super clear on that one. I don't know. That's why I'm not sure. But if it's true, it's bad. But I don't know if it's true. We don't know at this point.
I don't know. I think an audio recording. I think it's harder to prove it because I could be like, and it could sound like pretty much a lot of women.
Are you trying to turn my stream into a porno right now,
I mean,
Candy? What are you doing?
what was recorded? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not buying into this too much.
I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know. We don't know. We don't know if it's real or not. We know that she filed a police report. Um, but we don't know like how she knows about it. We don't know how that got out. So
Right.
we just don't know enough at this point. And I don't know if we will know enough. It depends on, if someone gets a hold of it, if it gets released, right? We just don't know at this point. It's too early.
Hmm.
Oh, my boy. What
I'm
did you
telling
do, my
you,
boy?
don't record anyone. That way, in the future, they it's not out there, right? And in the future, nobody could say, "Oh, he did it without my consent." When you don't know, like maybe I said to you, "Okay, I'm gonna let you record me," and then
No, no,
later
no,
I
no,
could
no,
turn
no,
around
no,
and be
no,
like,
no. Because
"Hey."
here's what I'm going to
Hmm.
do. Anytime I have sex with anybody, I'm going to make them
Hmm.
fill out a consent form. That's just how it's going to be going forward. Anytime. Here, look, can you fill this out, please? And then we can go tomorrow and get it notarized. Thank you. Oh, God.
You imagine it's going to come down to like, okay, so I like you. I really want to get it on, but before we get any further, can
Can you
can we
please
sign this
sign here
document?
and then date here? Okay, and then
Yeah,
initial
signature
here
here.
and then date here and then sign here one more time and then date here. Perfect. I'll have my assistant send you a copy and have a great time
All right,
having
let's get
sex
it.
with me.
Okay, let's get it on now.
There's like, I mean, there are like
Talk about a mood
celebrities.
killer, right?
I know that there are celebrities that do that shit. Like they'll either make you sign like a form or like an
Yeah, but
NDA or
you gotta be
something.
like a major celebrity
Yeah,
for
like a
you,
really
for them.
famous one. Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, okay, now we can get it on. Mm. I don't think I'm in the mood anymore.
Yeah, you'd be like, nope, the moment's passed, bro. I don't like my sex to be litigious. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sick.
You're you're fine. What? I didn't even think you were sick.
Oh, I've been sick. Yeah.
That's too bad.
So, okay. I'll survive.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It was fun. It was fun getting back in kick chat today, though, talking to people.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's so funny, right? Because
what did you
when
do,
you
buddy?
start,
What did you do?
when you start joining these chats and stuff, you
Yeah.
start noticing the same people. Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. Sleepy Joe. I like Sleepy Joe.
Joe.
I like Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe watches me. Sleepy Joe's one of my most consistent viewers.
Watch him be stalking you right now, and then he'll
If
comment
he's
something.
watching, he can say hi in the chat. I talk to him all the time when he pops up in chat. Sleepy Joe's a good guy. I disagree with him on stuff, but we're always respectful to each other.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm like, me and him get into it sometimes.
I mean,
It just,
getting
I
into
don't
it
know.
is fine, but like, you're a little fiery too, you know. So you can get into it with people. My technique is a lot more subdued, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're a very passive debater.
I don't know about passive
You're
because
very passive. You
no,
would be
no,
the
no,
type. If you're not the type. There's some women who kind of like fighting, a little feisty, fighting in the relationship. Like you would not be that guy.
I mean, I know I'm very good at conflict resolution, but
Not be that.
I know how to assert myself when I need to. Like, just because I'm laid back in the way that I talk and I do that, when I want to say something, I make sure that I can say something. And but like, I don't feel like I need to be like super aggressive to make my points. And you've seen me do that. You've seen me not need to be super aggressive to make my points. Right?
Yes, I've seen you
Yep.
not be super aggressive.
I
But
handle
usually
myself.
my any conversation that I have with CB is usually him coming at me over something I said. I think the last time had to do with um NATO, and
Ooh.
they were talking about how everybody puts in money into NATO, but the US being who it is, we put the bulk of the money because we're the richest country.
Sure.
You can't expect a smaller country who doesn't make that much money to
To
put in
match.
a
Yeah.
whole
It
lot of
should
money.
be
Right.
proportional, though. I think it should be proportional.
And then he wanted to argue with me about how NATO uses the money to have like almost like their own military, I guess you would
Mm-hmm.
say.
They kind of
And
do.
I explained to him, and yes, and I explained to him, yeah, just like police. Oh my God, what was it that I used? Like just like the specific equipment for that specific job, like policemen get guns and
Sure.
cars and vehicles to drive around and patrol.
Sure.
Firemen fire with so NATO has their own, yeah, they're going to have their own police, basically. It's like to protect the the people there and so on and so forth. It's not really for certain other things. But he kept insisting, oh, like something else. And I'm like, no, it's not what I'm talking about. And he just tries to trick you into a, he'll steer slightly the conversation into something else and then try to convince you that's what you're saying. And I said, no, that's not what I
Uh,
said.
well, I
What I
don't know. I
said was
mean, I don't
that,
know. I can't speak to your interactions with him, but my interactions with him have been pretty straightforward usually.
yeah, now he always tries to pivot. When he sees like,
Everybody tries to
he'll
pivot.
start the statement, and then
Everybody pivots. I pivot sometimes.
this is no, because this is the thing. I'm not gonna write a whole library when I'm talking. So I'll make a quick comment or something like that, and he'll automatically jump and like be like, "Oh, that's not that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't go into the specifics, but here's the specifics if you want them." Oh, but you said this. Yeah, but because I did not get into it, I didn't want. Was gonna write a whole fucking thesis on it.
Okay. Well,
And oh, but this is what you said. Listen,
you
you
and
still
Sleepy are welcome to work that out between you, and it ain't
right.
got nothing to do with me and my conversations with Sleepy.
I'm not saying that you should hate him
No, no,
I'm
no,
not.
no, 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 no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying
I'm not saying you
that's
should.
what he done to me, and he's done that like twice.
Okay, well, maybe
Most
next time,
times,
maybe I can play mediator, and next time he's in chat.
no, it's not mediator. It's just again, he's there commenting on what other people say, and he'll just pick like something specific, and because you wasn't elaborate enough, that he'll kind of
Mm,
say, "Oh, well, this and that," and then you're like, "Yeah, I understand that they have their own little, thing." Uh, but what I was saying is that the boat goes into helping, enforce the military for everyone.
yeah.
Anyway, when that does, I don't remember exactly, but anyways, but he'll keep, oh, but that's not what you said. Like he'll just keep going on. Yeah, I didn't say that because I wasn't. It was a comment. It wasn't like a thesis that I was writing. I wasn't writing a
Right,
whole thing.
right. No, for sure, for sure. But
Yeah.
I guess
Yep,
in my
we're-
situation, I never mind. I never have a problem expanding, even if someone. I tend to try to go into it like a lot of times, like if they're gonna throw some shit, I ignore the shit and then just respond to the
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you're
because
more
sometimes they're trying to bait you, right? And you just gotta look past the bait and just go right into the substance.
correct.
Yeah. Right? Like that's
Correct.
something I
You
that's something I definitely picked up from, well, I don't know if I just picked it up from him, but it's something I noticed Destiny do a lot.
what?
Right? Like when someone will throw some bait or something they're trying to piss him off with, right? He just
Mhm.
ignores it and goes back to the topic
Right.
because they're trying to like throw you off, right? Mika, cut it out. Come here.
Oh my God. Tell me how.
Tell me why. Go ahead, Mika.
Somebody in the chat today's. I think you had left at that point, and I was there.
I was there
And
till the end.
were you?
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
just
see my
wasn't
conversation
chatting.
with somebody there. I was called a
Maybe.
gooner.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
I see you recognizing. I was like, I see you using
tell
your
me
new
how.
term. I saw that. I was like, I just taught you what that was.
That's exactly what I was going to comment on.
Yeah.
Tell me how not 15 minutes earlier you
Yeah.
explained to me what the fuck a gooner was, and 15 minutes later somebody called me a gooner.
Well, technically, he implied that you were a gooner. He didn't
Right.
directly
You know,
call you a
let me
gooner.
ask you.
Because what he
Yeah, it's fine.
said was, I guess I'm not that much of a gooner, right? Which is an
Right.
implication
No, no, no.
that you
He
are.
said, yeah, basically that I was a gooner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about because we were talking about the guy that was on the stream. I was like, give that man a suit. That motherfucker looks like Superman. And then he was just like, again, people just choose to comment on what I say. Well, if you like this, and I'm like, oh, if you like like the chin was split, whatever, like, and
The
I was
butt
like,
chin.
so sexy. So I kept saying, oh, so sexy. Oh, that's it. And then he's like, oh, if you like what did he say? A anorexic jaw or something like that.
Mm.
I was like, that's a real man's jaw. So he was, and then he went into like, oh, but his puckered lip. Why are you looking at his puckered lips, anyways?
Well, he's checking him out. Checking him out.
And but he didn't have puckered lips. So I said to him, I'll give you this. His eyebrows are a little too tweezy for me. They were very shaped, very tweed. I appreciate a little grooming, unibrows, or a little shaping. But his was pretty tweed. I mean, he had a curve in the front and two arches. Let's put it that way. So they were pretty fucking
Wow.
arched.
Wow.
And but he was like, oh, if you like, like he just went into it, called me a gooner because
That's funny.
uh
I mean, that's
because
a term that
this
gets.
is something
It's
new, and I'm like, not my
to
guy.
be fair.
Guys doing this is not new. This has been happening since the 80s.
To be
Guys
fair,
grooming,
gooning.
you wearing makeup. Um, it's not nothing new. Rock bands in the 80s all were long hair, curly, uh, very feminine. A lot of them were makeup, eyeliner, face paint. The fuck, Prince was very, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? So that he
I mean,
called me a
they're.
gooner, and I was like, I'm not talking porn. I'm talking like, just
Yeah, I don't think it was that serious
people,
though. It,
people
it
being
also it
sexualized
also
is
can be
not nothing
used. It
new.
can also can be used to just generally mean somebody who like is pervy or jerks off a lot or like whatever.
No, no, not the gooner part. The conversation was to do with he was saying that men grooming like that or doing wearing makeup, whatever. It was like something new, and I'm like,
Mm,
what
that's not new.
references are you doing? That's not new.
What about
Men
fucking
have been.
David Bowie?
That's what I'm telling you. Men have been
Freddie
rock
Mercury.
bands. Freddie Mercury. Oh my God, so many rock bands that, yeah, Boy George.
Yeah. That was like a thing for a
And
long
on the
time.
female end, Madonna was sexual, women are sexual, and then he tried to pivot and talk about, well, commentators. What do you? Fox
What?
News had a whole fucking lawsuit
JD
about them
Vance wears
sexualizing.
eyeliner.
So basically, he first he tried to call me, oh, because I know pop culture, and I'm like, your favorite reference is not something new. It's been around for a very long time. You need to refresh and go do some studying and then come back.
Mm,
And I get it. Some people may not like that, but I honestly never found. I don't like a they at one point they started calling themselves metrosexuals.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I can appreciate a very good looking metrosexual man.
Mm,
Would I date him? No. I'm not attracted to that kind of. I like a
sure.
rugged looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I don't like guys. If you spend more time in the mirror than I do, then to me it's a problem.
Hey, look, it takes work to groom and trim a beard like this, okay? It takes time. And it still
You
doesn't
spending
even
more.
look that well done.
Yeah, but you should not be spending that much hair. That much hair, that much time in the mirror grooming your beard. You
I
put
don't
some
know.
oil, you
Yeah, it
comb it.
takes yeah, but
Yeah,
no, well, I mean, I like trim it a little bit usually, right? Try to get like the scraggly parts out.
but
It doesn't
metrosexual
always
men
work, but
are very, very on the. I'm not saying feminine side. They're very groomed.
sure.
I don't know. They're very preppy, groomed men.
Yeah, but like people
So.
don't really use that term so much anymore. That was more like a term like when I was in high
Mhm.
school.
Really?
I feel like they don't use
I
that term
don't.
so
I
much
don't remember where it came.
I
But
think it
yeah,
came
I
like
remember.
around the time that Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was on. Is like when it became a big thing.
Yeah, well, I worked with some, and they were from New Jersey. Maybe that's part of it.
Jersey. Yeah, I was born in New Jersey.
Oh, so you're Jerseyan.
I mean, I was there for like 4, 5, 6 months, and then we moved out of the country.
Don't deny your roots. You're from New Jersey.
I am. Listen,
You were
don't
born in New Jersey. Don't
don't
deny
call
your
me
roots.
that.
Don't deny your roots.
Although we did, when I was growing up, we did go on a couple vacations to the Jersey Shore when we were living in the States. All right, we'll see you later,
Mm.
Sep. You take care, buddy. Um, yeah, so here, let's see. So, today,
Um,
Trump's
yeah.
DOJ fired the prosecutors who were prosecuting him.
Yep.
Did you see about that?
Oh, yeah. I feel about a lot of things.
Yeah, well, I guess I could understand that to an extent, eh, kind of, even though he shouldn't be. What's really freaking me out is now they're trying to investigate and go after them criminally.
Right.
I don't think that's going to hold up. I don't think any judge or jury, based on what we've seen about how these prosecutions went, is going to side with Trump on that sort of a case. But it's definitely scary.
I don't want to be the arbiter of bad news, but I disagree.
What?
I disagree because if they were able to find Judge Eileen Cannon The one fucking judge in Florida.
Eileen Cannon is not going to be presiding over this sort of case.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. If they were able to find Eileen Cannon, the one judge in Florida that fucking favored Trump, I'm sure they could find other judges
In DC? I
and
don't think so.
and,
Not
and
not in
put it in
DC.
their court. Of
These are
course,
going to be
there.
like
Of course,
federal circuit
no,
judges, like these and appellate judges. These guys are like not going to. The only hope he has is that somehow it goes to the Supreme Court and they do it.
listen,
But I don't even think this
listen,
Supreme Court would do it.
listen. The Supreme Court, yeah, they can't just toss everything to the Supreme Court because again, the Supreme
Well, they
Court is
can.
going to tell them this is below us. This is not cases that we type of. This is not the case we litigate.
Yeah.
This is lower court shit.
And the
So they're
lower
gonna kick it
courts,
back.
there's no way
But
circuit or appellate judges are gonna like there's nothing there's no way there's anything there that they're gonna find that's legitimate to go after these prosecutors.
no,
So
no, I'm not saying that they're gonna find it illegitimate. But can they find judges? Absolutely.
not in the
Convinced.
DC circuit or appellate courts.
Yes.
No, I don't think
Why
so.
not?
Because
I'm yeah.
these guys have like historically through all of his shenanigans like said fuck you to Trump's crazy shit. That's why he's always had to go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but there's a lot of judges there.
This would be adjudicated in DC.
Yeah.
So it would be DC appellate circuit court judges.
Right. Well, appellate court would be no, it would have to go to a regular judge first if they're gonna file
Yeah.
charges. And then
A
the
regular
judge would
judge
have
ain't doing that. If they're gonna take the case, then it would go to a jury, and there's no way a jury is gonna see this situation and vote in. I mean, this is an actual definition of a witch hunt.
right, but I don't think it's impossible to listen. Let me remind you that once upon a time, I wouldn't have. Well, I'm gonna remind myself because I don't know if you, but I never would have guessed that we would have had a Supreme Court justice that would fly a fucking stop the steal flag
Yeah, I know.
in his country. Oh, okay. I never thought that was gonna happen, and guess what? It fucking happened.
Yeah,
So
but it's
for
not
me to
him
say,
that
oh,
we're
that's
worried
never
about.
gonna happen, for me to say that's never gonna happen, no.
I mean, yeah, him and Thomas are like, we already know what they're gonna say, but like Coney Barrett
I'm
and
not talking
Roberts are
about.
more
I'm talking
reasonable.
I'm talking about instances where never say never. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
but
never
never
gonna
say
say never.
never is not really like a legitimate argument, right? Like we have to talk about the actual situation.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
like,
we
we
don't
could
know
say-
yet. I
it would
think
say,
they could
like-
find.
I
think there's
like
judges.
I'm gonna say I'm never gonna get a
I think there
blowjob
could
from
be
a
closet
mermaid.
Judges. I think there could be closet judges that now might feel a little more emboldened now that their president is in charge and might decide, hey, it's time for me to step forward.
I don't
step
think that's
forward.
happening in DC. I don't think that's happening in the DC
I
courts.
absolutely. I think it's gonna happen everywhere.
Like if you were putting it like in Alabama or like some random ass super pro Trump state, yeah, maybe, but not in the DC courts. I don't think so. Like DC courts are
okay,
like
okay.
super high. They're like
People,
good,
I'm gonna
really good people get appointed.
I'm gonna put a pin on that right there.
Okay.
Boop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
And
and I
then
just
when
about like
this happens, and we'll see. We will revisit this
yeah,
when we see if they can find a judge
yeah,
willing to do this,
yeah,
which I think they can find.
yeah. We'll see. I don't think so.
Mhm.
And it's not they don't get
I-
to choose the judge. So it doesn't matter if they can find one or not. They don't get to choose who the judge is.
Again, look at Judge Eileen Cannon.
Eileen Cannon was not chosen by them. Eileen Cannon was a coincidence. That she was picked. There's a rotation. She was picked by the rotation. And then
She
she
was the
should have
only
recused
one
herself, but she didn't.
in there that
No.
was elected by.
Like, she was not the only one.
Yes, she was. She was the only one that was elected by Trump that was there.
Yes, but
They
it
said it was,
really was just a
she was
coincidence that it
a
was her.
she was a 1 out of 4 choice. Oh, how coincidental that she turned
25%.
out.
25% is not that small.
Listen, what a coincidence that it was that particular judge.
It's not that big of
I
a
don't.
coincidence if the chance is 1 in 4.
Exactly. I don't think it was a coincidence at all.
You're right, it was the rotation.
I I think they knew exactly who to file it, when to file it,
No.
how to file it, and yes,
No.
absolutely,
No.
absolutely,
I've like looked into this
absolutely.
before too. Like, I remember when this was happening, I was reading up how she was chosen for it. He wasn't president then. How is, like, what influence does he have at that point? He doesn't have that influence. He wasn't president. He wasn't in charge of anything. None of his people were
It
in
doesn't
charge of anything.
matter when the charges came to light. She's a Trump supporter.
Yeah, she should have recused herself, but the way she was picked was through the regular way that judges are assigned to cases.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I
you say
agree she
so.
should have recused herself. That's crazy. And,
Mm.
she got lots of flack from, like, so many other judges for not doing it. But,
Yeah,
we are where we
that's
are.
another thing. Hold on 1 second. It how can it's amazing to me that we're supposed to respect the law and respect judges, but then when they break the law or do stuff that is not on par with the law, nothing happens to them.
You know how we fix that, right? 14 million of us don't stay fucking home on election day. That's how.
How does that fix that?
Because we vote in presidents and better representatives. And instead of being stuck with somebody like Trump, who's going to appoint judges, we get somebody who's more reasonable,
Mm,
who's a better choice.
no.
But no, they managed to fool everybody that Trump would be a better choice for Gaza, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Who okay, I know what you're talking about, but where did you get that from?
What?
Trump did they said that the negotiation that happened was to Biden did the ceasefire.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump was supposed to make sure that, hostages were releasing.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that Trump took an extra unilateral decision to want to clean up the Gaza Strip or take the people out of there or whatever, that's completely. I don't even think that was even in the list
No,
of
it
things
wasn't.
where,
It wasn't. And
yeah.
Muslims who supported Trump or didn't vote because they didn't want Kamala are losing their fucking minds. And I'm sitting here going, I hate to say I told you so. Actually, I don't hate to fucking say I told you so. I fucking told you so, you fucking morons. That's how I feel about it.
Told you so about what?
That he was going to be worse for the Gazans than Kamala would have been.
Oh, okay. 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 Now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like this person, oh, he's gonna do better, you were saying no, he's not gonna be better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say, if you think that, you have lost your brain somewhere. I don't know where you put it, but it's not in your fucking head. He'll be better for Israel, but not
Yeah.
for Gaza.
Yeah, but a lot of this, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with you on that. He's not gonna be better. He's gonna be better for Israel, but he's really taking it a step further.
Yeah, I know. I said it was
I
going to get
really
worse.
don't think.
No, 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 no. You don't understand. So Leo in our group, right? You've seen the kind of shit that he posts, right? He's absolute. I love him to death as a friend. We hang out sometimes. We watch Stargate together. He's a nice guy. I like him a lot, right? But his political views are kind of fucking crazy to me. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Leo, Mister. We should murder every fucking corporate person.
Yeah, yes, that Leo, exactly. And like, you know, like he's saying, like he's calling the prisoners in Israel hostages. He's calling the Palestinian prisoners in Israel. He's calling them hostages. Like, it's crazy. Like the prisoners of war, mind you, for example. He's referring to them as hostages. I mean, he's wild. You're crazy. And, but I like him as a friend, right? And we hang out and everything. He told me, because I said to him, I was like, bro, I'm telling you right now, things will be worse for Palestine under Trump. And this was before the election, right? Because he wants Trump to win because he hates America and he wants to see it collapse. Right? So he wanted Trump to win because he thinks that'll be bad for America. Right? So I was like, yeah, but that's going to be, you're probably right, but that's going to be bad for Gaza too. That's going to be worse for Gaza too. And he said, it couldn't possibly be worse than it already is. And I said, are you fucking out of your mind, bro? What do you mean it couldn't be worse than it possibly is? If that's what you think,
Can I ask you a quick question?
you're not really paying attention. And now look where we are. Now look what's happening. Yeah, go ahead.
Is he an American?
No, he's Italian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That said everything to me.
No, I mean, there's a lot of Italians who don't think that way at all.
I suppose
he's a particularly.
I'm sure there's one or two.
I mean, yeah, it's you're you know, like you're all. It's much more likely you're gonna find somebody who wants to see America collapse who's not an American. I'd say it's more likely than who are an American. But my God, there's a lot of fucking Americans who want to see America collapse, and it drives me insane.
And I respect that because
you respect that.
I'd rather have hold on. I'd rather have a conversation with someone American who has stake in the game than have a conversation with somebody who doesn't have stake, who doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I disagree. The American economy is the largest economy in the world and has the largest influence across economies in the world. Everybody has a stake in the game. If the American economy crashes, the world economy is going to react to it and it's going to be affected by it. There's no question that that's the case.
Right.
And like when I was talking to him about it, he even admitted, he'd be like, yeah, it'll be tough, but you know, I'll deal with things being tough for people if it means America fails. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? And you know, and then you know who he wants instead of America? He doesn't even want everybody to be equal. No, he wants China instead. He wants China instead.
Again, why I don't like talking politics with people who are not from this country.
I grew up all over the world. I grew up talking to politics with people who are from other countries, and I'm used to it. But like, it's so easy to look at the way China does things and realize that that's a poor choice. If China had a different approach to how they treated their people, to how they treated their allies, and all of this, right? They weren't so secretive. The regime wasn't so crazy, which he has acknowledged, by the way. Leo has acknowledged that the regime is pretty crazy. I'd have no fucking problem with it. I have no problem with China if the CCP wasn't crazy the way that it is. I'd say let's work together, right? Let's do things great. But that's not who they are. That's not how they operate. They operate in this authoritarian, you know, repressive regime. And it's just, it's not, I'm sorry, that's not compatible with our beliefs and individualism, freedom of expression, the ability to choose who you want to be. And if in the long run that makes us fall behind China, I mean, I'm okay with that, because I'd rather have that freedom and that individualism than live in an authoritarian, oppressive regime and be the best. Because then who am I as a random ass person? What kind of benefits am I going to get from that?
I don't. I again, he's not going to benefit from United States getting together with China. He doesn't. That's not how they think.
No, he doesn't want us to get together with China. He wants us to collapse.
Right. And then China take over.
And then China take over as the
He's not going to
superpower.
benefit from that. How is he going to benefit from that?
He gets to dance on the grave of America. That's how he benefits from that.
Okay. That's why I don't talk politics with people like that. No, part of throughout conversations and
it's
because
just
I
it's
play
just
video games.
it's just
I think
it's
video
just an
games are simple.
evolution of the capitalism bad mindset.
Mm, Italians had Mussolini. Remember that?
Yeah, but he doesn't like Mussolini, so he doesn't
Oh. Mm,
he doesn't take that, right? He doesn't have to take that.
mm,
But even though we don't
mm.
like Trump, he generalizes that Americans are all
Did you see who
retarded.
they elected in their last election to be
Yeah,
their
super
leader?
right wing, super right wing, super
So
right wing.
and the people who I've spoken to that are Italian, um, are always they hate Americans.
Yeah, lots of Europeans do, and you know
No,
why?
not
You know
necessarily.
why?
Like okay, so I've talked to people from Norway. Norwegians are very sweet people.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot. I have plenty of Italian friends. They're not all like that. The reason why a lot of them hate Americans, like the ones who come and live here, don't hate Americans. It's like you have to meet Americans who aren't like the unhinged people you're having political debates with online. And like when I've talked about that, like I said the other day in our chat, let me find it. Because he agreed with me actually when I said this. Um
I think personally, and this is just my opinion, I don't expect you to agree with it.
uh-oh.
Personally, to me, I think it's just jealousy. They're jealous of our way of life, how we do things here,
They're not going to
how
agree
much
with
money we
that.
how much money we could make, the options. They don't have those kind of same options where they come from.
Okay.
To make the kind
So
of
I
money.
said,
Like a YouTuber can become famous and start making millions of dollars.
so this is what I said.
That's
There's way more people in the United States than I was saying than in like other countries and stuff like that. And the loudest and dumbest are the ones you guys are going to interact with the most. I know many very intelligent Americans who have almost no interaction with social media. And then he responded with, "I hate to agree." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he said, "In my opinion, it's the same thing with mean comments online, often being more than the positive ones under a post, even if the post has a massive majority of positive reactions. Jerks are louder, normal people less so. So you see them less." So he gets it! But everybody loves to shit on America because we're a big target. And we have billionaires, and billionaires are bad.
So what? It doesn't affect them. What we do over here does not affect them in their
Again,
lives.
that's not entirely true. It depends on what you're talking about, right? Like Trump doing
Stop
his
trying to find
shenanigans.
loopholes. Stop finding loopholes. What we do over here before Trump. Let's talk before Trump.
Well, even before Trump, I mean, U.S. foreign policy is pretty widespread, and I think it should be. I'm generally in favor of American diplomacy and interventionism. It's on a case
Of
by case
course,
basis, of
we
course,
have
but generally, I am.
diplomatic relationships, but us as a country, what we do here, capitalism, making money, what they hate, has nothing to do with them.
Well, our companies reach around the world, so again, I don't think
I
that's really that
understand.
true.
Now you're kind of like, well, he did take a piss over here too,
No, I'm
even
not.
though
I'm not
he did
granting
over here.
credence to his arguments. I'm just being realistic
It's
about the
we
reach of
treat it.
American capitalism.
I
I mean,
understand that,
yeah, we're
but
the
what we
world's
do
hegemonic power.
here, what we do here, they do there. They make money off of we trade, right? So
Sure,
it's equal. Okay. So in that sense, let's not talk about that. What we have here,
I don't know if I
people
agree that
envy.
it's
People
equal, but I
envy
get
the
your point.
lifestyle. The
I
fact
get you.
that we could say "fuck you" to our president or cop and give him the middle finger, and they can't do shit about it. They don't like that shit. They don't like who we are. We're cocky. We're arrogant.
We are.
We think, okay. They don't like us because in the end of the, it's like people. Let me tell you something. People who hate rich people don't hate rich people. Did you know that?
They hate that they're not rich.
There you go. There you go. They don't hate the rich people. They hate that they're not that person.
They will
That
not
they're
admit
not
that, though.
that they're not able to spend that money like that.
They will
Because they wouldn't be
not admit
complaining
that.
if we're on the top of the list
Yeah, or
of
if
the
they were, or if
country.
they were content and happy with their lives at where they are, they wouldn't be complaining about rich people. If you're content and happy with your life, odds are you're probably not complaining about people who are more fortunate than you.
Okay, let me tell you, right. But this is people who, I when I worked for Verizon Wireless for a
Hmm.
long time,
I worked at Best Buy Mobile for a little
and
bit.
this is what I worked for AT&T and Verizon Wireless.
Oh, I have
But
AT&T.
I had a manager.
I'm like a
I
15-year AT&T customer.
had a manager in Verizon, and he taught me a lesson that I've never. I've it was so impactful that I always carry it with me, right?
Mm,
And I'm gonna tell you what it is.
mm,
One day I was doing my cell phone thing, and I didn't get a chance to eat lunch, so I was like in between helping customers. I was running to the back, grabbing a bite, and then running to the front, and then kind of working with customers, like back and forth. So then this other girl, Julie, goes to my manager. The hallway to the back is a hallway. So you open the door, there's a hallway. Right
mm,
off the left hand side, there's my boss's office.
mm-hmm,
Okay, and then straight down the hallway to the end, there's the break room, and before that is where you pick up the phone, right?
mm-hmm.
So Julie goes to snitch on me to my boss.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this and that. Just because I was like running back and forth,
Fucking
eating
rude.
and right.
Huh?
And I overheard because again I was in the back, and I don't think she knew I was there, but I heard what she was doing, and then I heard these words from him. He never said it to me directly, and I never had a conversation with him about it. He said to her, "Who are you supposed to be worried about?"
Yourself. You gotta be worried about your own shit. Be worried about your own shit. Don't be fucking
And
worrying
this
about
is
other
this
people's
is
shit.
the same situation.
Mhm.
People are so worried about what other people are doing,
Yeah,
what they're doing in the bedrooms, who they're
that's stupid.
loving, who
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
stupid.
loving,
Yeah,
what
that's stupid.
pronouns they're using, how
Yeah.
much money they
I
have.
mean,
You're nothing.
unless they're PDF files. In that case, yeah, we're worried about it. But other than that,
They're obsessing about how much money someone else makes, that they're making their own lives selves miserable
yeah,
instead of looking for their own happiness and worrying about themselves.
yeah. However, again, I think there is some merit to worrying about the American economy. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Our economy as a whole has a huge effect on the rest of the world economy. So I think from that perspective, that's kind of fair. I'm probably going to disagree with a lot of
I
their opinions on the economy and how it should run, but being worried about it makes sense to me. Being worried about Trump becoming president kind of makes sense to me if you're
that,
outside of the
that
U.S.
that definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Um, if it was like, if it was like fucking Bolivia and everybody was worried about it, I'd be like, why the fuck are
You
you
got
worried
people,
about the?
listen, you got people worried about the situation in the border when they don't even live anywhere near the fucking border. This
I
shit
know.
does not even affect you. Again, who are you supposed to be worried about?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
border stuff
People are
is
so
wild.
preoccupied. They're preoccupying their minds with what everybody else is doing, what happening everywhere else. Focus on you.
Yeah.
Focus on making your life better. And maybe you could be, have a piece of the pie too.
Maybe
If you
someday
wasn't
some of
waiting.
them people are gonna get that piece of the pie. But like it doesn't even matter. Like just do enough to be happy. Like work enough to be happy. And while I think
But
yes, there are definitely some people who have disadvantages, and I agree we should be trying to help those people as much as we can. Right? I'm always going to agree with that. Um, there are also people who are not like people with inherent disadvantages. There's a lot of people who come from like decent middle class families whose parents paid for them to go to college and they studied a shit degree and they couldn't get a job and they took on all this debt and they just weren't smart about their decisions and now they're working shitty 9 to 5s and they're complaining about how shitty their situation is when nobody really helped them make good decisions to begin with.
you gotta find your own way through life. There is no manual, there is no handbook. I'm a perfect example of that. I didn't have no guidance in my life. Um,
I think George
other
Carlin put
than
it best. He said, "What's the fucking mystery? You get up, you go to work, you eat 3 meals, you take one good shit, you go to bed. What's the fucking mystery?"
there is a mystery. Right. But yeah, but the fact that, shit that wasn't given to you either is not necessarily a deterrent. It's how motivated you are
Mm-hmm.
to want to get that or
Yeah.
want to be that or want to, because a lot of people who are
People don't want to
from very
learn as much anymore. They don't want to
right.
take the time to become intelligent and well informed on different topics. They all want to take the easy way by like getting their shit infused into their brain by whatever their preferred TikTok bubble is telling them.
It's like it's just an example too. Is like when you, I don't know what kind of, well, how, like, I'm the type of person, I'm not afraid to ask a question. Do you understand?
Same.
I've been in a room where they'll explain something. Half the people don't know what the fuck was explained to them.
Mm-hmm.
And when they ask, do you understand? Oh yeah, yeah, I understand.
And they're just
Because
nodding and they have
they,
no idea.
because why? Because they feel like if I say I don't know, I'm gonna look
I'm
stupid,
gonna look
like I
stupid.
didn't
Nah, bro. You know what's gonna make you look more stupid is when you need that
not
information
knowing.
later on for like a real world scenario or a real argument, and then you don't know it. If you're in class and you don't know it, that's where you're fucking supposed to not know it.
But
But if
that
you,
in their mind, right? That's how they are. In their mind, "Oh, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to be the one raising their hand that didn't know what they were talking, so I'm not gonna."
yeah,
But not me. I will raise my hand.
I have no problem asking a question. I like asking
Absolutely
questions.
not. I will raise my hand, and if I didn't understand it again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you explain? I'm gonna ask you again. I still don't get it. Can you explain it to me again?
Mm-hmm.
I need to understand this.
Mm.
I'm not gonna go through like if somebody we're talking or I see people talking in chat whatever and they use a word I don't know and I'm like, well, what's that word? What do? I Google that motherfucker right away because I need to understand what it is that's being said. You know what I mean? Like these words that are being used. That it's hard. The English vocabulary is very extensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very extensive.
Very extensive.
Very. So it's not possible to know every fucking possible word in the
No.
fucking dictionary. And but when I see them, I look them up. If I don't know the answer, I'll ask the question. Remember, I asked you what's a gooner. I saw the word, I ask it. I'm not gonna be like, okay, gooner. All right, maybe he means this. I don't know. Some people will go,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
maybe he
just
means
surprised.
that.
I was just surprised you didn't know because that's something that people like Tiny says it all the time. People in the chat say it all the time. So I was just a little surprised you didn't know.
I've heard it, but I
Yeah,
just kind of it's one of those things that I kind of never really gave it too
yeah,
much thought.
yeah.
And then when you said it, I was like, Gooner. Okay, I kind of started putting two and two together, but I was like, wait a minute, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But now I know. And then 15 minutes later, somebody called me one.
I know that was a little bit of
But at least I knew what it was this time, so
yeah,
that's a
that was a
better.
little bit of like selection bias there. That's interesting because you probably saw it before and it gets said a lot in chat, but because you had just learned it, it stuck out that time.
It stuck out, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like I just learned it. Like people use a lot of words that I don't use. Like I thought he meant for a sec. Well, no, not him. For him, I thought for a second he was because he said. I thought he meant to say boomer.
No,
I'm like, what? Wait a
that's not
minute.
what he meant.
Good. I was laughing. I was like, I went to Jordan in there, so I could see somebody called me a gooner
Yeah,
right
I
after
saw
he
it.
taught me
I
what it
saw it.
meant.
Yeah, I did see it.
Sensei, did you see it?
I did. I did.
It was so much fun. It was funny.
All right. So today,
No,
Trump
no, where you going?
did a executive order to create an Iron Dome in the United States, which is cool. But here's the thing: creating an Iron Dome around the United States is a crazy undertaking. Israel is like the size of New Jersey. Creating an Iron Dome in Israel is way easier than creating an Iron Dome in the United States. That's going to be really expensive and it's going to be hard to do. I hope they do it though because that's a good thing, right? More defense would be good.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's good. Having better, missile defense systems is probably a good thing. Um,
I don't know about it. I can't get aboard on Iron Dome. Like I can't.
why?
Because you talking about putting you know, uh, the the planet under this big hot piece of what is going to be made of?
Wait,
Plastic, steel?
hang on. No, you're misunderstanding. So the Iron
Yeah.
Dome in Israel
What is that?
is a anti-missile defense system. They call it the Iron Dome because it essentially creates a dome of protection. But it's not an actual physical dome. It's the
Oh,
word,
okay. Because I'm
yeah.
like, what is he
No,
talking
that would
about?
be
Why would
fucking
the
insane. That would be fucking insane. So no, that's just Israel's anti-missile defense system. That whenever, like when Iran was shooting missiles at them, the Iron Dome was shooting those missiles down.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just
Hold on,
like
hold
yeah.
on.
So it's
Real
a missile
quick, real
defense
quick.
system that like covers all of
Okay, so
Israel.
real quick. You started with saying Donald Trump wanted to. You cannot think that he would not want to put an actual dome.
No, no. There's been too much talk about the Iron Dome for him not to know what the fuck that is. He knows what it is for sure. Um, But doing that, doing a complete coverage missile defense system for the United States is way harder.
Asked him that he would actually want to put like some type of fucking metallic bowl
No, no,
over the United
no.
States.
I'm not. I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. But
Listen to me today, like this is the actual case. I'd be like, oh, I believe it.
okay, I mean maybe, but regardless, the thing is, like, I think it's
Iron Dome
probably
is a missile defense system.
yes. So I think that's probably a good idea to like to like work to have full coverage missile defense for the United States. But doing
We
that
don't have
is
them?
no, we not really, not to the extent that Israel does. But doing so is going to be a huge undertaking, right? First of all, it's probably not going to be done by the time he's out of office.
Right.
That's very unlikely. But I hope whoever succeeds him would continue it because I do
Oh my
think that's a
God.
good thing. But again, keep in mind, defending Israel with an Iron Dome, a country the size of New Jersey, is a lot different than defending a massive country like the United States with an Iron Dome. And that's why it's going to be like super expensive. It's going to take a really long time. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
It'll be good for
So,
business,
did you hear
probably.
about the guy? Speaking of, like, you just said something that triggered it. Um, the one guy who uh wants to amend the Constitution so
Yeah,
that
that's
Trump
not
can run
happening.
again.
That's not happening. That's definitely not happening. I can literally, this isn't even like a never say never situation. I can promise you that's not going to happen. With like 100% certainty, I can promise you that's not going to happen.
Listen, the only thing
No, 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 no. Not listen. There's no way. First of all, it would have to pass with like 2/3 support in the Senate, and it would have to like massively pass the House, and then 2/3 of the states would have to ratify it individually. That's not happening.
I
There's
know
no
I know
world
it's
where
not
that's
gonna happen.
happening. Yeah.
I know that's not gonna happen. But
If you say never, I swear to God.
I take a little bit of pleasure in just imagining, right?
Mm.
Okay, let's say it went through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring Obama back.
No, 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 no. You didn't read the thing, did you?
No, what?
Yeah, it
It
said
can't.
you can only do it if you haven't had 2 consecutive terms. So he wrote it in a way where Trump could do it, but Obama couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, like it's the
that's
most
the only
obvious,
thing
it's
that
the
would
most
like that
obvious
was like
bullshit that you've ever seen. It is so
I know
blatantly
it's gonna
obvious.
happen, but you know when you paint scenarios in your head, you're like, that's the only thing that would have given me a bit of pleasure.
No, 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 no.
No,
They made sure.
just
They
just
made sure.
listen. Just imagine a face-off between Trump and Obama. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. He'd get his ass kicked. But regardless, when they wrote the bill, they sat down and they were like, "All right, how do we write this in a way where it lets Trump run again, but not Obama?" And you can tell that's how they approached it because, like, of course, right? It can't just be a third term. No, a third non-consecutive term, right? If you've already
Right.
won once but then lost, oh, okay. So the only person who would be eligible is Grover Cleveland, who's been dead for almost 117 years. Who will have been dead for 117 years in June 24th.
Mm.
That would be the only other person who would be eligible to run for a third term in American history under that law.
I'm still gonna rejoice in my mind. That matchup would be so fucking epic, right?
What, Grover Cleveland versus Trump? Yeah. He was the only president until Trump to win a non consecutive term. The only one, Grover Cleveland. But now, Trump is part of that history. Uh,
There's a lot of things that are upsetting and are it's a lot of unknowns. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We just gotta keep. This is we gotta keep holding. The, even okay. So for instance, let me give you another example. You heard about Trump in Colombia, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Even the mainstream media is CNN, the ABC. They're spinning the story and telling it how it not happened. Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
know.
They spinning it like it was a victory for Trump, that because he threatened tariffs, that's not what happened.
No.
It's not. The president didn't object with him bringing planes with migrants. He objected, first off, on the conditions in which these people were brought back with shackles like they're fucking animals. And um he already had agreed. He's been taken even under Biden. He was accepting planes with migrants.
Yeah.
So this is no different. He he objected to how they were treating them, shackling them
That's what
like
I
that.
heard.
And
I
then
don't. I'm going to be
yeah,
honest with
and
you. I
then
don't know what the real story is at this point. I
and
just
then
think
it changed.
everybody looks kind of stupid right now.
No, but then he sat. So then they um Trump used okay the tariff thing, and then he said, "Well, we'll tariff you too." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then at the end of the day, they did reach an agreement. Had nothing to do with tariffs. What the president of Colombia agreement with him was that he would provide the plane
Mm-hmm.
to come pick up the migrants,
Yeah.
to not send military planes, to not send them in shackles. I'll agree to go pick them up, and I'll send the plane.
Oh,
But
this is crazy.
the media came and said, "Oh no, he threatened tariffs, and he took back the migrants." Now he's saying, "Yeah, he'll take them back." No, he already had agreed to take them back. He just wanted them to be treated humanely, and he offered to provide the plane to bring
Mm.
them back, not them put them in military planes.
I'm going to be
And
honest.
that
I'm
was
going to have to look at that on my own because
ah,
I'm hearing conflicting stories and I just need to do the research.
because you know why you're hearing conflicting stories?
Well, yeah, because
Because
people are spinning it. Yeah, which is why I need to go do the research to figure out
hold
which of
on.
the stories is true.
Look Adam Mockler.
I
Adam.
Adam, listen, I like Adam Mockler, but you gotta admit he's going to have a very particular point of view. I'd rather just I'm probably just gonna do the you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do the research right now.
You're looking at sources. That's what I'm trying to tell you. CNN, ABC, NBC are spinning the story in the media in favor of Trump to make it look like our fierce leader pushed them to do this when the actual that's not the actual story. I'm telling you.
They agreed to the military planes, the U.S. military planes.
Say that again.
They agreed to the U.S. military planes.
No, they didn't.
I'm literally reading it from Reuters right now.
Okay.
Yeah. The government
You're
of
not listening to
Colombia.
what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
What? Well,
The media is spinning the story.
yeah, but this is Reuters. This is not like a random. This is not like CNN or NBC. This is fucking Reuters. This is like AP.
They're spinning the stories.
Okay, the statement from Colombia did not specifically say that the agreement included military flights, so that was the American
No,
statement. But it did not contradict the White House announcement. Uh, that's crazy.
that's from. That's not the one.
On civilian planes instead of military planes is what they wanted.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I think it's they opposed the use of the U.S. military, but it sounds like they backed down. Now it doesn't mean like it's a win because I think it's unhinged, and I think
They
appearing unhinged to the rest of the world is not a win, if you ask me.
they didn't back down. They never said they didn't want it. They just said they
No,
wanted them
I never
treated
said that they said they were
humanely.
going to turn them away. That they wanted them. That they didn't want them on military planes. It appears is what I'm saying.
No, they didn't want them shackled.
Yeah, on military planes. I'm saying what you're saying. I'm just reading directly from the article.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
But
after you do that, go to Adam Mockler and look up.
you realize though that's going to be spin as well, right?
Look it up.
Uh,
Read your article.
this is Reuters. This is people who
Go,
report the
go to, go
news.
to
No,
Mock.
there's no opinion here. It's just the news. Okay. I'll go to YouTube.
Which one?
Clickbait title.
ACLU showed up.
See you in court. The ACLU already making.
All right, Donald Trump has officially initiated the first trade war of his second term, and it was with Colombia, of all countries. One of our closest allies in South America has now imposed retaliatory tariffs
I didn't
after
think that's
Donald
the one.
Trump threatened to impose tariffs this morning, and it's a complete mess. The United States is going to be a pariah on the global stage within 6 months' time. I'm calling it now. But Petro, the president of Colombia, just issued a scathing response to Trump's tariffs, and I want to break that down because it is some good stuff. It is a blueprint on how to resist to Trump when other world leaders, billionaires across America as well, seem to be caving. Let me just run you down what's happened.
Let me mute my
Trump
mic so
hit
it doesn't
Colombia with
interfere. Hold
tariffs
on.
this morning. He said he was imposing large tariffs and significant sanctions on Colombia after the Colombian government refused to accept 2 military cargo flights carrying deported Colombians. And the thing is, we need to push back on the right-wing narrative that has emerged today. They are all trying to spin this as a Trump victory because Petro ended up accepting the deported Colombians, but just on his own terms. So Trump has been sending immigrants to other countries in military planes, shackled at the wrists and the legs, treating them like prisoners when they're just normal human beings. And the Colombian president said, no, we're not accepting this. We're not accepting Colombians in this state. You take them somewhere else, send them back properly. And then he sent his own presidential planes to get the Colombians, to get the citizens properly, and the right-wing media was spinning it as this huge victory for Trump. Trump's tariffs had no consequences, and they were saying Petro bent the knee. That is not what happened. That is not the narrative that's not the narrative we can allow to emerge, because Trump did not take the win here. If anything, he made products more expensive for American consumers. So let's run up to speed on what happened here. The Latin American country has long been a crucial U.S. ally, even under the tenure of the new president. The U.S.
Okay,
is
which video?
Colombia's
What's the name of the video
largest
you're
trade
watching?
and investment partner, with over
Trump
39 billion in
instantly
goods and
regrets
services
his
traded
idiotic
between the
threats. This is
countries
exactly what
Okay.
we're talking about.
And listen,
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
2019 and
Jump to
2024, Colombia allowed
658.
hundreds.
658.
It was a really good
Trading
example
partner.
of
And
how
also
the
today was a
right-wing
really good
media
example
I
of
can
how
hear
the
yours.
right-wing media dominates the
Yes,
narrative,
go
because
ahead.
Petro did not cave. We all need to remember that. He's holding firm. He even doubled down and said that
Play
he's
it.
stubborn.
I am.
Meanwhile, every single right-winger took the fact that Petro actually ended up taking the migrants in the proper form as proof that Trump's tariffs work, but no. We need to make sure they can't create this alternate reality, this bubble. We need to make sure that when any sort of prices are higher, whether it's gas prices, egg prices, coffee prices, we are pointing the direct line between Trump's tariffs and why things are more expensive. We need to continue to point out that Trump just significantly disrupted an economic relationship that benefited us greatly, because he could not help but impose tariffs and try to bluff on the world stage. But American consumers are going to bear the brunt of this. Again, Colombia supplies 20% of U.S. coffee
So
imports, over a
basically, he's
third of
saying
cut
that
flowers.
even
So
though
as the
you see the
prices
right
drop,
wing media, and it's not the only place I've
But I
seen
don't
it.
see
It's
them
saying-
actually saying where he's saying he's sticking to his thing, but I don't see like where they're saying he's sticking to his thing, like what he's doing to stick to it.
sticking to his what?
They say he doubled down and didn't cave, but I don't see how he didn't cave. Like they're not saying how he didn't cave. They're just saying he's just saying that he didn't cave. But he's not explaining how he didn't cave.
I don't understand what you mean.
So like the migrants are still going there. The migrants appear to be
No,
going there on military planes, shackled and in handcuffs. I don't understand
no,
where.
no, they're not. No, they're not. They resumed the export of the migrants, but they're not. The president of Colombia is sending his own planes. He's not using military planes, not letting them get shackled. I have to find where I read it somewhere, and then I seen Adam talking about it, and I was like,
Okay, here we
and
go.
then I was
Okay. A Colombian Air Force plane departed for San Diego Monday afternoon to bring back 110 Colombian citizens who were deported from the United States as part of President Donald Trump's sweeping immigration orders. Okay. So, yeah, I think it does look like they got that plane.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. And it's going to be what I'm trying to tell you. It's going to be more important than ever to double check our sources, because the mainstream media, and I'm not talking about Fox. Fox is already spinning everything as a victory, because in order to keep Trump happy,
Mm.
they're they're reporting it, but they're saying it in a way that's like, oh yeah, our fierce leaders made them back down, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing. And it's not just, I mean, I saw it on NBC, ABC, and CNN. I haven't looked at MSNBC. MSNBC, I usually just look at specific people. Like Lawrence O'Donnell to me is very ethical.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Rachel Maddow is ethical. So when she says something, I believe it. I think Ari Milber is very ethical. Chris Hayes, Joy Reid is okay, and then there's Stephanie, but she's okay. She's, you know, I can't stand Jen Psaki.
Really?
Can't stand her. I can't. I can't with her.
Confirmed that Petro would be sending his presidential plane to receive those citizens who have been on rebuffed military planes, but he didn't specify when that would occur. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if they actually end up sending them back. It sounds like that's what he's intending to do, but it doesn't sound like it's like been specifically agreed to yet. So we're still waiting on that. So I don't know. I
Hey,
don't know what the situation
who's
is.
that?
That's Steele. What's up, buddy?
Oh, there you go.
That's crack-a-lacking.
We are live.
I'll- Yeah. I'll let you talk to Steele while I go visit the little girl's room.
Okay, have fun. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Doing good. We were talking about the whole Colombian migrant thing.
No, what now?
The Colombian migrant issue that almost
never
started
heard.
a trade war between us and Colombia already.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Well, you know, you're Swedish, so you don't have to worry about it.
Are you coming with cocaine?
No, they were sending illegals back. Colombia wouldn't take them because they didn't like how they were being handled on the planes. They rejected them and said, we'll send our own plane. And then Trump said, no, you do now. We'll throw a 25% tariff on you.
Oh, I
Surprising.
mean, if I was a country, I would just refuse allowing entrance.
Colombia?
Yeah, so, for example, right, if a plane bound for Colombia...
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, so
It had to turn
Yeah,
around and go back.
I'll scramble fighters and meet them...
It had to
That's
turn
all right.
around. Yeah, the American military planes had to turn around and go back. And that's what started the whole thing.
Good on them.
Yep. But now it looks like they're reaching like a deal.
Protecting their sovereign airspace from American intervention.
It's not American intervention. It's American deportation of Colombians.
You're intervening in their airspace. You're not supposed to be there.
So the way it went was they initially had clearance, and then the clearance was afterwards denied.
Yeah, so it was revoked.
Yeah, and then they turned around. I don't know if I would call that intervention.
I don't like American planes in my airspace. Get
Well,
the fuck out.
You're a NATO country now, bub.
Hopefully not for long.
Yeah, I think that's pretty optimistic on your part.
I said hopefully not for long.
You guys are stuck with us.
Well, I might be stuck near NATO. Possibly not with you guys.
No, he's not leaving NATO. That's not happening. That would be crazy. Yeah, not even he is that crazy.
Like, honestly, I might be inclined to drip poison into his ear about that.
What?
Yeah.
Can we not while we're on live stream, please?
Well, it's not poison in the sense of poison. Fucking.
It's poison in a video game.
No, it's poison in the sense of contaminating his mind. Jesus, man.
Oh. You have to be careful, okay? We're on a live stream. You have to be careful.
In the context, you would have understood. Jesus. Fucking goes. Ask your chat if they understood it.
Chat, did you understand that? Hey, Josh.
Hey,
Are you driving?
guess what I'm doing? I'm driving.
Why are you driving?
I'm just heading to a friend's, but I thought I'd check in and, you know, say hi
See.
on this beautiful Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Yeah. Sad day.
How are you guys celebrating?
No, my God.
He's Jewish, everybody. Please understand that he's Jewish.
That doesn't mean anything. Jews can be
Everybody's
anti-
trying to get me in trouble today. Jesus Christ.
Are you saying you're not celebrating?
You know there was Jews for Hitler, right? That's a thing. So
I mean, there were Jews who voted for him, but there weren't that many for him very shortly following him.
Yeah.
Very
that's
shortly
their own
following
fault.
him.
man, like, that's
They
their own
disappeared
fault.
pretty fast. Yeah.
Anyway, before you came in, we were talking about the Colombian migrant situation.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And I said, good on Colombia. They should be doing that. Everyone should stand up against American aircraft in their airspace.
If their approval is revoked. If their approval is not revoked and you stand up to American aircraft in your airspace, that's an international incident.
Well, you see, that's me denying their denying access. I don't know, at point of service, I guess.
You're just salty because
you're not
you're in
allowed.
NATO now and you have to let our craft fly over your airspace.
You want me to say the thing again?
Don't you can say
the-
that without violating TOS.
What thing?
I don't know which streaming service you're using.
I'm on YouTube and Kick. Kick, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
YouTube, it does.
No, don't worry. I'll text the CEO of YouTube.
What a jerk.
Good Lord. My business partner, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Oh, the business for that business?
Yes, that business.
Oh, that business. That business.
Mm. Already
Hurrah.
self-shady to be.
Ooh-ah.
Yes, vague thing being
It
said.
already sounds sus to me. I don't know.
Don't worry. He's making it sound way more sus than it is.
So
I've been
sus.
doing that. I've been known to do that. I'm sorry.
So sus. Sussy baka.
Yeah.
Stop being so fucking.
Is that
sexist.
wait, is that the business where you're directing a porn, or is that that's a different?
No, that's the
Ah!
other one.
That's the other ball.
But we're
sorry.
not talking about that on stream, okay? Because that's not something we talk about on stream.
What?
What our business is about.
Pornography?
Oh, that. Yeah. The porn directing.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's you see. YouTube is not a fan of porn, so no talking about it.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, you can talk.
I
You
feel,
can see Jordan's
I feel-
face.
I feel like you can describe it. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so mad right now. Jordan, you're right. Your face looks so bad.
I'm just a little annoyed. You guys
Yeah,
came
I
in,
understand it.
Started being
You see, I
annoying.
understand it's problematic that you can't talk about your porn directing business on YouTube.
Oh, so fucking hilarious. I'm sure this is like scintillating viewing for people. This is what they tune in for. Not politics, no. Bullshit.
We had to lighten the mood. But I'll don't worry. I'll leave shortly. I just wanted to say hi again.
Of course you
doing
did.
good.
You're gonna come in while you're driving, spend 2 seconds, talk some shit, and then leave. Why do you do
I love
that?
you though.
I love
No,
you
he
too.
Jordan, you're the
walks
best.
in.
I love you too.
He walks in to stir the pot and then leaves.
Yeah, Jordan, you're the best though. I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
Mwah.
And bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Long enough to stir the
China
pot.
has an AI now. How about that?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's way more power efficient than whatever the fuck you guys have.
Yeah. It's not more powerful though.
I know it's equally as retarded, but hey.
But the thing is, it's open source, so we're just gonna figure out what they did and do it ourselves.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
you don't need to figure it out. There is
what
an
the
entire fucking
billionaires
white
right now
paper
are
on it.
spending.
Everybody's talking at the same time. I don't have a fucking clue what either of you are saying.
Okay, so what I said is you don't need to figure it out. There's an entire fucking white paper on it.
I just
They
said it's
really-
open source.
Yes, but you also said we're going to figure out what the fuck they did.
Okay, we're gonna learn from it and then implement it. But I mean, I approve like an open source situation because all of us can contribute to it. Americans, Chinese, it's gonna be everybody's AI.
Boo, I hate fucking AI.
But yeah, the tech billionaires are losing, supposedly, like, lost a lot of money. Their
Yeah.
stock went down so much.
Yeah, it's big.
But
Big
to
hit.
be fair, it's just the correction because it went up for.
Yeah, it was inflated
Yeah.
already. Like I had been saying it was inflated for a while now. Because I knew from the beginning people were misunderstanding what it was. People were saying like, "Oh, this is AI. This is it. It's happening." And I'm like, "No. This is large
No,
language
it was-
models. It's not AI. What you all think is AI."
Yeah. It's not general AI that we've not been able to crack yet.
No, I mean it's like highly advanced procedural generation.
Yeah, it's a thing that makes word salad good.
Yeah. But, you know, people don't know. People because they don't like look into it. They hear AI and they get very excited.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, although to be fair, there is a very interesting program being developed in the sense of AI aided this, like it's an AI aided design program, so it'll allow you to like go through iterative designs of schematics to find the most optimal design.
Mm-hmm.
Those programs, I think, will change.
Well, yeah, like more focused AI applications are going to be a lot more impactful than, you know, fucking enhanced search engine shit, which doesn't even work very well at this point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also, there was like a huge hack today at DeepSeek.
Huh.
Yeah,
Was there?
yeah.
Did they forget to change their passport?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Their password from password 123. Probably.
My password is password.
Oh, and also like they're blocking CCP stuff, and you know how that is.
Yeah, as you do, you keep blocking CCP bullshit. Yeah, sure.
Like you can't ask it about the CCP or Tiananmen Square. You know, just like the regular Chinese
Oh.
censorship. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying it's speaking the truth?
Yeah, that's exactly what you think.
That's exactly what I think. All
Yeah.
hell.
All hell, President Lord Xi.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
For you people that didn't catch that, I'm being ironic.
He's being very sarcastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Large scale malicious attack.
President Pooh
It
Bear.
remains unclear what's behind these malicious attacks as they continue to investigate.
Yes, Mr. Winnie the Pooh.
You know they called She. He gets mad. He doesn't like it. He'll have people jailed if they call him Pooh Bear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he sort of looks like it. I mean, that's
That's why they call him that. He hates it, you know.
yeah.
Imagine being in jail. Like, what are you in for? I called him Pooh Bear.
What are you in for? Murdering my girlfriend.
You're so dark. Murdering my girlfriend. That bitch deserved it.
Well, you see, luckily I will never have a girlfriend, so that's nice.
Would that be
He's
a
gay.
defense, right? Like, right? Let's say you killed your girlfriend, and then like your defense would be,
He's gay.
well, I was just no. His defense would be, no, I was doing a service for the next guy who might cross her path.
No, he's gay.
I know.
Yes, thank you for outing me to your stream.
You don't give a shit.
Maybe I didn't want to share with your stream my sexual orientation.
Okay, I'm so sorry. You're right. You keep that under wraps all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, now I can't go to Iran because of you.
Oh, I didn't realize you were planning a trip to Iran. My bad. That's my bad.
I am not planning a trip to Iran.
Oh,
But
you
I
don't
can't
say.
How many countries actually do have that band?
It's like 20 something.
That's a lot of
Yeah. They're primarily in the Middle East and Africa, so not like
Hate it that happens every once in a while. Why did that happen? I don't know why that happens. It drives me nuts.
privacy.
I should be back up though.
I'll tell you.
You got you got taken down.
There it is. Why are you teasing me, yo?
What do you mean?
You like you're shutting down, and then I'm like,
No,
what
it's just
happened?
this happens sometimes on my stream, and I don't know what it is in my connection that does it. And that's shitty because I was like just 10 minutes away from ending the stream anyway, and it was going to be a clean stream with no breaks, and that fucking shit fucked it up.
Yeah.
Not meant to be.
Oh well. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
That is a yeah.
That's a yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a yeah.
That's a yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What you been up to today?
Sleeping?
Hard life.
Well, he's in Sweden, so he's just getting up right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this dingus decides to stream at the most inopportune times.
Not for me.
Yeah, because
Well,
for us it's really late because you're 3 hours ahead of me, right, Callie?
I'm 3 hours behind you.
Behind me. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he decides to stream at the weirdest point in time.
For you, it's how many hours?
Uh,
No.
so where is it now? It's like fucking. Why are you streaming at like 8 or
8
something?
p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 p.m. for you would be 11 p.m. for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start a little earlier, starting next week. We'll see.
Well,
That's
if you're looking to grow
even.
your channel, you have to be present more because it's not going to just happen, right?
All right, relax. Okay.
I'm listen. I'm just saying, right?
Is everyone watching? Please get more people to watch his stream next.
Yeah,
Thank
like I
you.
said, I'm gonna start earlier. Okay, just chill yourself.
Listen, I'm just don't get sassy with me. Don't give me that sass, okay? I'm saying you gotta be more present if you're going to, you need to get more people. So
Yeah, if you want to win this whole YouTube algorithm fight.
yeah, most of the more famous YouTubers, they spend a lot of time streaming.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
you
that's
can
true.
just have your. So what you do, right, is you buy a power bank, right? You take people on a walk with you. You're
Uh-oh.
supposed to be going for walks anyway.
Mm.
You say uh-oh for.
And I don't know. He said about taking somebody for a walk, and I don't know. It didn't sound good to me.
No.
I meant to stream.
Oh, okay. End up
Or you can
sleeping
take
with the
people for
fish.
a long walk off a short pier.
A long walk of a short pier.
No, don't do that. That's bad.
How about I take a short walk off a long pier?
That just means you're gonna go like a quarter of the pier. The point in that, you're not even seeing the entirety of the pier.
I'll jump in the middle.
Okay.
Interesting. Just reading about how DeepSeek ended up being sort of forced
sort of what?
to figure out a new way to create their AI model. It's very interesting.
It is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously they had to do it another way now due to the Chinese thingamajig.
Well, there was a chip ban, obviously, on China, so.
Yeah, you said you can't have the latest GPUs, chips. So they had to like find a way.
Yep.
Because they also want this.
I mean, everything they're
Retarded.
claiming still has to technically be confirmed, but why would China lie?
Right? They're so honest people. Why would they
Yeah.
lie?
Nah, I'm being tongue in cheek. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
And-
I'm inclined to
Wait.
to believe what they're saying is true, but obviously we need to. They need to run it on. They need to like run everything through their own paces, but this will definitely deflate the market, which I think is probably a good thing, because
Yes.
because in the long run, if it had kept growing at an inflated rate, that could have been a much larger correction that would have had a much larger economic impact.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know what the market correction was.
It was pretty big, but it would have been bigger had had it kept inflating.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, Alpha is going to do a market correction pretty soon anyway, so...
Nvidia lost 600 billion, biggest
That's
drop
what I'm telling you.
in a history of a U.S. company.
Yep. That's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
telling you.
because Nvidia was already overvalued as...
Super
Yep.
overvalued. My mom called me today and she was like, "All right, you were right." I was like, "I told you." Because she was all gung ho on Nvidia, and I was like, "I'm telling you, it's inflated."
That's nice. Good on her for admitting that she was wrong.
Yep. Well, even more so for admitting that I was right, because I know it's hard to deal with me when I'm right, because I'm a real prick about it.
Yeah, you should probably work on that.
No, I'm not mean to Mom about it, of course. I'm just mean to you guys, because you can take it.
Not me. I'm a delicate.
Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah,
so delicate, Candy.
That sounded so creepy.
I know, it really did.
To cry.
You see, you
Stop.
have feeling.
Steele, go on to Kick and follow me. I'm your business partner, for fuck's sake. Be my 45th follower.
I don't know what kick is.
I'll send you the thing.
You're not sending me a link and explaining to how to do it. No, that ain't happening.
I'm sending you the link.
No.
It's coming
No
your
means
way
no.
right now.
This is like...
Boom. There you go. It's my stream.
Yeah, no. No means no. You should learn that. Yeah, I'm not creating another account for simply following you.
Just make an account.
No.
Do it for me.
I'm doing so many other things for you. I'm not doing this.
Ew.
No means no.
Ooh. Yeah. What was that?
Stop making shit sexual.
Whoa! Who said? I didn't say sexual, Steele. You said sexual.
Yeah, you didn't say that, but you implied it with your oohing and your awing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear
Yeah.
anything.
I heard nothing.
Yeah, no, you helped in the process.
Yeah, she's on my side here.
I'm a delicate flower.
Such a
I know
delicate, very delicate.
if she knows which side she's on.
I think she's just having fun. I don't think she really has
I'm
a
not-
side.
What?
In this little discussion, you don't have a side. You're just having fun.
Oh no, no, I don't. I'm just not talking around.
Yeah. 600 billion in market share.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all funny money anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
It's
it
just
though?
stock. Yeah, it's stocks. It's not real money. It's imaginary money.
How is that imaginary? It's not imaginary. Well, kind of, but not really. I mean, if you put money into it, you lost money.
No, I mean that's true, but like stocks are kind of imaginary money. Like it's not real value, it's perceived value.
Right. It's a piece of paper that says this costs
So,
50
like,
cents
Yeah.
or a dollar.
so for
But-
example, right?
But still, if you
the
bought it
company-
dollar and it went down to 50 cents, that gotta hurt.
Yeah, so say for example, a company has the same exact n- numbers for their revenue year 1 and year 2, but hey, the market capitalization between those years has a difference of millions of dollars. Where is the there's no actual value difference in the company in my eyes between year 1 and year 2, but some dingus went, this looks like it's valuable. If
Yeah,
that
because
makes
everybody
sense.
AI is the next. It's like cryptocurrency. How many people jumped on crypto when crypto first came out?
Well, when it first came out, not very many. But like 4 or 5 years in, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Bitcoin, which was the first one, I think, that wasn't very popular. But then afterwards, yeah, because then
Yeah.
people started thinking, oh, this is the wave of the future and whatever, and people go. But still, at the end of the day, it's people are putting their money into, if you bought it when it was, that's why, you know, if you bought it when it was shit and and it went up, then you're good. If you bought it when it was
Yeah.
high, think it was gonna go higher, ouch,
Well, yeah.
that's gonna hurt. Ouchies.
Well, yeah, to be fair, a lot of people sort of buy things thinking the market will correct itself. It'll always
The stock
correct
market
itself.
is a gamble, so that's basically what it comes down to.
I wouldn't call it gambling because you can see things that are overvalued. That's like you saying that like it's gambling when you're buying a house to see if you're gonna get the money you're paying for it back. Because like even in the housing market, depending on the properties, they can be overvalued, right? So,
Well,
but that's like you being an informed buyer of either like stocks or like a business or like a
but that's
fucking house.
that's a bit different because a house, you could overvalue your house. That doesn't mean people are gonna pay that. You would look at, comparable houses in the neighborhood,
There
the
are
same amount of
houses
square
that are
footage.
overvalued, right? And people like the whole analogy we're talking about is like the asset itself. Now, technically speaking, houses aren't assets, but usually the land tends to appreciate at a higher rate than the house depreciates. But like, yeah, property tends to for example, we can say, fuck, I need to have my brain working for this bullshit I just woke up.
Wake
I
up!
don't know. It's not,
Smell the fucking coffee.
I don't drink
Eat a
coffee,
bacon.
and you know that. Eat a what now?
Eat a bacon.
He's
Uh,
telling
yeah.
you to go eat a
I don't
sausage.
eat bacon.
Eat it. Yeah,
said
eat a
to-
sausage.
Eat a sausage.
Eat a sausage, Steel. Eat it.
I'm not okay with your sexual innuendo.
Sexual sausages. You don't eat sausage. It's the sausage.
It's delicious. It's part of a delicious
It's
breakfast.
a pork. Yeah, sausage.
You have a
is pork
sausage and
product.
2
I don't
eggs.
know what
Like, yeah, I don't eat bacon.
I
I
think
don't
you're
eat
the one with the
sausage.
dirty mind. I'm talking about,
Yeah. Sausage and 2 eggs, bro. Hard boiled.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Or maybe poached.
little poached egg.
I'm going to start throwing poached eggs at you.
Oh, that would be quite the throw, sir. You're gonna have to get that like suborbital velocity.
No, don't worry. There's something called the plane.
This is some wild aim too.
Yeah, there's something called a plane. It allows you to go from point A on the planet to point B on the planet. Right?
No.
So hang on.
Yeah,
hang
no.
on. You're gonna fly all the way over here in a plane with like from where you're flying, like a tiny chance of actually hitting me and chuck eggs out the side of the plane.
No, I said I'm going.
I'm just gonna walk inside. Steel.
I'm gonna go to your house and throw poached eggs at you.
Oh, that's great. We can go to business meetings together.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, starting with the poached egg.
And you get to meet Mika in real life.
I do.
Yeah, right, Mika? She's sleeping. She said fuck off.
So you're gonna take a plane, get inside.
Yes. You go on the plane, you sit on the plane for X amount of hours, right?
Please mansplain it to me, because
Mansplain it. Gay-splain it.
This is. I'm a woman. You gotta understand this.
Yeah.
It goes over my head. I
that was so New York sounding. It goes over my head.
Yeah, I understand.
You
See,
can
there's something
literally
called
hear
an
the whoosh, the whooshing sound as it goes over my head.
Yeah, there's something called an airport. You go to the airport.
Mhm.
There's something there called planes, right? They're
Okay.
like essentially big metal birds.
Wow!
Like-
Wow! That's incredible.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah, metal
pigeon on the street, right? Like the or you might call it your dinner. Yeah,
have
you go
metal
in.
birds?
Yeah, you sit inside this big metal bird, right?
How? Doesn't it have like guts and stuff inside? I mean, it's made of metal, so.
Yeah, but the metal bird has guts inside its metal skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
Yeah, so you sit in this metal bird, it'll fly to a predetermined location on the planet. And then you
that
step
would
out.
be above Jordan's house?
No, it's called another airport, right? So it goes from airport to airport.
Oh my
Then you
God.
go.
How long
Yeah.
has this been around? I'm really like, this is like so.
Yeah, this is a fairly old technology. It's been around
Wow.
since like the early
How have I not ever heard
1900s.
of it?
What, planes?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You have your sausage and 2 eggs, Steele?
Yes.
You have your
Yes.
sausage and 2 eggs, bud?
Anything with sausage, yes. Oh, so you're taking a plane from one airport to an airport to deliver breakfast.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Wow.
No, to throw poached eggs at him.
I would catch him in my mouth and eat it. Say that's delicious.
No
Thank
sausage.
you for the
just
breakfast.
poached eggs? No sausage, just poached eggs.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not bringing
just
the
poached
sausage.
eggs.
Okay, just the eggs.
Oh,
Well, I'm not bringing that sausage.
Whoa! What sausage are you talking about,
talking
buddy?
about.
I was
Yeah.
talking about breakfast sausage, fried
Sure
up in a
you were.
pan.
I mean, it just
Yeah.
seems like two poached eggs. It seems very plain. Like
Yeah,
you
want a
have
little
a
more
sausage
flavor there.
or
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah, don't worry. I'll bring an
Ooh.
avocado too.
maybe
An
some toast.
avocado? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread it
Ooh,
on some toast.
avocado. That sounds good.
Yeah. That does sound good.
It does.
I know. What else do you people like to eat?
Everything if
I'll
it's
throw a
tasty.
cup of Pinco de Gallo as well. Then.
Pico de gallo sauce?
Yeah.
Pico de gallo. Oh my
Pico de...
God.
No, mira. Pico de gallo, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
gallo.
Have a fight over.
Pico de gallo. Decirlo como un argentino, ¿ok? Hablamos castellano, no hablamos español.
You're going to lose subscribers by speaking Spanish.
I just gained an extra viewer. And my accent is delicious. Everybody knows it, right? Candy, the Argentinian accent?
Yeah, sure. Hmm.
That was
I
not very
don't
enthusiastic.
Think he agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think he agreed.
I feel like she wasn't paying much attention.
No, I heard it. I just, I was like, yeah, sure. What do you want, Jordan? What do you want? You want
No
me
me
to say,
jodes. This is a beautiful
that-
accent.
so
Sure.
hot.
Los
Right.
argentinos se hablan como italianos, pero hablando en español.
I don't keep going, baby. Oh, I love
Are you
it.
saying
There
you're
we
the
go,
Italian to the
see?
Spanish?
That's what I'm talking about.
Did you say you're the Italians of the Spanish?
We do. We speak
Because-
Spanish like an Italian. You're making a yawn like you know any better, but you don't even really speak any Spanish. So you have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. You people sound weird to me. Stop it.
Like, when she speaks Spanish, it sounds different from when I speak Spanish.
When who speaks what now?
When Candy speaks Spanish, it sounds different from when I speak Spanish. We have very different accents.
Oh yeah. There's only one way to properly speak Spanish.
That is very
Not
much
true.
not true.
You need to be respectful to this weird Spanish king that had a lisp.
No! Ew, not the Spain Spanish. Weird. Zapatos. So weird. Manzana. Ah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
weird sounding.
Proper way to speak Spanish. There you go.
You know, in Argentina, when we tell jokes, we tell them in a Spanish accent.
Oh shit.
What did you do? Did you pull something?
No, I need to go to work.
Did what?
You need to go to
Pull the
work?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
I thought he said I pulled the worm.
He pulled the worm. Steal. That's not appropriate.
Oh, fuck up.
You yanked the sausage out of the package a little bit too hard.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right. I think I'm going to
You
end
guys
the
can look
stream for now, but I'm going to stay on I'll stay on to chat for a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for now. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. You're all lovely. You're all beautiful. I love you all so much. I will see you guys on Wednesday. And until then,